terminology mentioning that taking with smoke testing. The one main terminology it will be mentioning that in taking with smoke testing. If I'm taking with smoke testing, what is the meaning of smoke testing?
high level
Meaning
testing.
of smoke testing. Executing high level execution of high level test cases. Execution of high level test cases, we need to begin considering that smoke testing. If I'm taking with high level test cases, what are the high level test cases? URL working or not, login functionality working or not, links functionalities are working or not. So mainly these are considering the high level test cases. Okay. While working, I mean, while executing these high level test cases, the main important functionality working or not, we are testing it. And after that, we'll take care about in continued all other required testings here. If I'm taking with smoke testing, when we have to perform smoke testing, whenever new build released from development team to testing team. Whenever new build released from development team to testing team. Whenever the new build has been released from development team to testing team, we need to take care about and doing the smoke testing. Continued with the same, continued with the same. We got an option taking with sanity testing. If I'm taking with sanity testing, meaning of sanity testing, execution of
High
high
level
level test cases. The meaning of the meaning of sanity testing. The meaning of sanity testing, we can say that execution of high level test cases. If I'm taking, if I'm taking this particular sanity testing, this particular sanity testing, we can mention that execution of high level test cases. But if I'm taking with sanity testing, when we have to perform sanity testing, whenever build released from build released from testing team to client. Whenever build released from testing team to client, we need to take care about utilizing this particular respective sanity testing. I mean, the testing concept is same, just we are trying to understand that we are trying to understand that what are all the respective terminologies are there. We are trying to understand that what are all the respective terminologies of testing. That is what we need to understand that. The one I will be taking with smoke testing, and the one I will be taking with sanity testing. Along with this, you got two more things. One you will be taking with retesting. The one you will be taking with retesting, and another one taking with regression testing. You got two things here. One you will be taking with retesting, and another one you will be taking with regression testing. Now, the very simple understanding. If I'm taking with retesting, meaning of retesting, If I'm taking with bug life cycle, according to the bug life cycle, meaning of retest, conforming issue has been fixed correctly or not. According to the bug life cycle, according to the bug life cycle, if I'm taking with retest, according to the bug life cycle, if I'm taking with the retest, we need to be get mentioned that conforming issue has been fixed correctly or not. The same thing has been continued as part of retesting. That retesting you are taking care about. That particular retesting you are taking care about in executing the test cases, in executing the test cases related to that particular bug. What exactly the bug you want to test it? What exactly that particular bug you want to test it? You want to retest that particular bug. In simple, we can continue the same. The meaning of retesting. The meaning of retesting, we can say that conforming issue has been fixed correctly or not. So conforming issue has been fixed correctly or not. If I'm taking with retest or retesting, when we have to perform retesting, retesting ఎప్పుడు perform చేయాలి? After fixing the bug. Nothing but whenever bug fix has been done, whenever bug fix has been done, you are taking care about. Whenever bug fix has been done, you are taking care about in doing with retesting. If I'm taking this particular retesting, if I'm taking with this particular retesting, we can mention that whenever the bug has been fixed, that particular bug has been fixed correctly or not. That particular bug has been fixed correctly or not. You are taking care about retesting. Similar to that, you got regression testing. One is retesting. Meaning of retesting,
After fixing the bug,
conforming
confirming
issue
issue has
has
been
been fixed correctly or not. Meaning of regression testing, Mhm. Regression. See the understanding. See the understanding. If I'm taking with your assignment, if I'm taking with your assignment related to build one, build two, what are the assignments you got? What is assignment? The first assignment is you have to identify the bugs in build one. After that,
build it.
you have to retest in build two. The main assignment, you have to identify the bugs in build one and you need to retest in build two. That is what the retesting, what you are already done. Your assignment, what you done, indirectly you done the retesting. First, you started working with build one. In the build one, whatever the bugs you identified, all that particular bugs you have been retested in build two. Okay, that is what you done, the activity of retesting. Perfectly okay. Along with that, what is other assignment you got? Your assignment. What is another assignment? In build to In build 2, first you are testing that bug has been fixed correctly or not. That is the first activity. Apart from that, any other? Finding new bugs. The second activity, you need to find new bugs here. Two main assignment. One assignment is bug has been fixed correctly or not. Retesting. Second assignment, any new bugs are there. Because the developer has been fixed the bug. Fixing the bug. That means what exactly developer will do? Fixing the bug means how developer will fix the bug. For fixing the bug, what he will do, guys? He'll take one screwdriver and then spanner and fixing the bug. No, then what he will do? He will make the code changes, right? Fixing the bug means developer has been taken in doing with code changes. Developer has been taking care about in doing with the code modifications. The code changes has been done. So because of he modified the code, because of he done with the changes for the code, there may be a chances, not like mandatory, because of developer has been modified the code, there may be a chances your existing functionalities may working, may not working. See the concept? You done with build 1. You tested the build 1. You find some bugs perfectly okay. And some of the test cases passed also. Functionalities are working correctly. The bugs you find in build 1, you retesting in build 2. So because of developer has been mentioned that he fixed that bug. Fixing with the bug means he done with the code modification. Because of that particular code modification, previously whatever the functionalities are working correctly, there may be a chances it may work, it may not work in build 2. Because of that, I told that to test with whole build 2 and see that any new bugs are there. So two main things you done. One is bugs has been fixed correctly or not. Second one, because of fixing that bug, any new bugs he got it. The second one, what he got considered. The second one, what he will be taking. See the first one. What is the first one? Issue has been fixed or not. That is what you are considering. Retesting. In the same way, regression testing. Regression testing, we can mention that existing functionality working or not, existing functionality working or not, because the developer has been done with code modification. As developer has been done with the code modification, is there any existing issues has been affected or not, need to be tested. Testing means again you have to execute all the test cases here. That is what you will be taking with regression testing. So two things we got it. One will be taking with retesting and another one regression testing. If I'm taking with retesting, meaning of retesting, issue has been, confirming issue has been fixed correctly or not. Meaning of regression testing, existing functionality working or not. When we have to go with retesting? After bug fix or whenever bug has been fixed. If I'm taking regression testing, when we have to go with regression testing? Regression testing. Build 2, build 3, that is different. But when we have to go with regression testing ఎప్పుడు perform చేయాలి? After same, after bug fix, along with that new functionalities added. Because bug has been fixed, that means code modification is done, new functionalities added also, that particular code modifications need to be done. So that is what it will be taking with mentioning that retesting and taking with regression testing. In simple, retesting issue has been fixed correctly or not. Regression testing existing functionality working or not. So this is what we need to take care about. This is what we need to take care about, considering the smoke testing, sanity testing, retesting, regression testing. Any kind of testing, that concept is same. I mean, you are taking care about expected result and will take care about actual result, and they will do comparison of both the things here. Meaning of expected result based on requirement document. Meaning of actual result based on application. If both the results are same, consider as pass. Both the results are not same, consider as a fail. That is what it will continue. That is what it will take care about any kind of the application. It will follow with the same. That it will be taking care about mentioning that smoke testing, sanity testing, retesting, regression testing. Similar to that, you got static testing and you got dynamic testing. You got two things here. One is static testing, another one dynamic testing. You are already done all these testings. You are already done all these particular testings here, but just taking care about in understanding what are the testings you done. You may done or you may executed the test case of logo is displaying correctly. Tested logo displayed correctly or not, or taking with spelling mistake, or labels has been provided or not, mandatory fields provided or not, or that particular respective color. If we take our application, according to our application, all the mandatory fields, what is the color we got? Mandatory fields, what is the color we got? If I'm taking with all the mandatory fields, we got in a red color with star symbol. And then taking with this particular links, we can consider like blue color. That particular links which we can considering that taking with the blue color. If I'm taking with any of the links provided in that particular respective blue color, so it will have that particular color significance will be there, will have that particular color significance will be there. You done with testing of all these things, logo displaying correctly or not, spelling mistake, mandatory fields, and taking with that particular labels or taking with colors. You tested all these things. You've executed these test cases. How you tested these things? How you tested logo has been displaying correctly or not? By seeing it. You're taking requirement document and you're taking application. Both the things will start comparison, and just by seeing you are confirming that it has been correct or not. If you take with the color also, it will look into the requirement document and will take the application and will compare with the both the things. It'll compare with the both the things and will cross check that is correct or not. I mean, whenever you are taking this particular logo, or if I'm taking the color, is that you are performing any action there? No, right? Just you are seeing it. Assume that you want to test the color. If you want to test the color, is that you are taking any Asian paint and doing the color for monitor? For monitor, you are doing the color. You done, huh? No, right? You are not doing any painting or any color or anything. You are just taking care about, you are just taking care about in by seeing, by conforming, by just seeing, you are conforming that the functionality working correctly or not. So that is what it will be taking with, that is what it will be taking with mentioning that static testing. What is it? Static testing. If I'm taking with static testing, if I'm taking with that particular static testing, if I'm taking with the static testing, the meaning of static testing, we can say that doing the testing. We can say that doing the testing without performing any action. In simple meaning of static testing, we can say that doing the testing, doing the testing without performing any action. As an example of spelling mistake, if you want to confirm, if you want to test that spelling mistake, you're just seeing that, you're just seeing the spellings, you are not performing any action there, and you're confirming that is correct or not. So as simple as if I'm taking with static testing, if I'm taking with static testing, we can say that doing the testing without performing any action, doing the testing without performing any action, that will be taking with static testing. Okay. In the same way, we got dynamic testing. What is it? Dynamic testing. One we got static testing and one we got dynamic testing. If I'm taking with dynamic testing, if I'm taking with dynamic testing, we can say that doing the testing by performing the action, doing the testing by performing the action. The best example, the best understanding. You have been already tested text boxes. So how you tested the text boxes? Text boxes by entering the data. You got done with drop down. How you tested the drop down? Drop down, selecting the data. The text boxes, you enter the data. Drop down, you selected the data. So you perform some action there. You have been performing some action there. That is what it will be taking with dynamic testing. That is what it will be taking with dynamic testing. So the one it will be taking with static testing, and the one it will be taking with dynamic testing. Static testing, doing the testing without performing any kind of action. Doing the testing without performing any kind of action. Dynamic testing, doing the testing, doing the testing by performing the action, doing the testing by performing the action. So that is what we got static testing and taking with dynamic testing. Okay. In the same way, lot of terminologies are there, So step by step, we need to understand. In the same way, we got one more that we will be taking with ad hoc testing. We got one more that we will be taking with ad hoc testing. If I'm taking this ad hoc testing, if I'm taking with ad hoc testing, for this ad hoc testing, we got one more name. We can call us ad hoc testing. We can call us ad hoc testing, or we can call us monkey testing. What is it? Monkey testing. We can call as ad hoc testing, or we can call as monkey testing. So the two things he got, the two names he got, considering is mentioning about taking with that particular ad hoc testing, and another one can say that monkey testing. The reason we are saying that monkey testing, the reason we are saying that monkey testing, in general, if I'm taking with monkey behavior, what will be the monkey behavior? That monkey behavior inconsistent. Is there any consistency will be there? For that monkey behavior, any consistency will be there? No, randomly. It doesn't know what it is doing. We doesn't know what it is doing here. I mean, there is no consistency. There is no any proper order. It's not like it has been taking care about any of the I mean, in a list of test cases, in the list of test cases, you are taking care about, some test cases, not like all. Assume that 1,000 test cases are there. In 1,000 test cases, just randomly, not like first 100 or next 100, randomly it will pick some test cases and it will execute it. Randomly it will pick some test cases and it will execute it. That it will be taking with ad hoc testing. So if I'm taking ad hoc testing, we can say that doing the testing without any plan, doing with the testing without any proper plan, not like any of particular order, not like need to be get followed any of that particular order. It's not like any of the particular order need to be get followed. You need to be get take care about, you need to be get take care about initializing. Just randomly it will take some order and need to be get executed. So that kind of testing, it will be taking with ad hoc testing. So in simple, meaning of ad hoc testing, doing the testing without having any proper plan. Doing the testing without any proper plan, that will be taking with mentioning about ad hoc testing. Okay. Similar to that, we got two more things. Lot of things are there. Similar to that, we got two more things. One will be taking with alpha testing, and one will be taking with beta testing. One will be taking with alpha testing, and one will be taking with beta testing. So I got two things here. One is alpha testing, and another one taking with just right. So the one it will be taking with that particular alpha testing, and another one it will be taking with beta testing. So what exactly mean by these particular things? What exactly mean by these two particular things? So the meaning of these two things, as simple as we can say that alpha testing, beta testing, both are final testing. What is it? Final testing, or end to end testing. What is it? End to end testing. This particular alpha testing and beta testing. This particular alpha testing and beta testing, both you can consider that final testing, or you can consider that end to end testing. Both are final testing, and considering that end to end testing. What exactly meaning of that? What exactly the meaning of that? See the understanding. Alpha testing. As we mentioned, final testing and end to end testing done by testers. Done by testers. Don't be confused. That is development company, not like developers are doing. The alpha testing done by testers only, so that you can mention that which will be taking with it will be mentioning that and consider, or saying that we can say that final testing or end to end testing. Final testing or end to end testing done by testers, or we can say that testing team, or we can say that testing team. We can consider that final testing or end to end testing done by testing team. Testing team is taking care about in doing alpha testing. Once the whole alpha testing is successful, once the whole alpha testing is successful, then it has to go with beta testing. Once that particular whole alpha testing is done, then only it has to go with beta testing. Without, without completing, without completing that particular alpha testing, without completing that alpha testing, it will not be coming to beta testing. Without completing that alpha testing, it will not be coming to beta testing. It's mandatory that alpha testing totally need to be completed. After that, it will go with beta testing. So meaning of alpha testing, final testing or end-to-end testing done by done by done by tester or testing team, done by testing team. In the same way, you got beta testing. Beta testing, beta testing, considering the final testing or end-to-end testing. Final testing or end-to-end testing done by third party tester. What is it? Third party tester or third party customer. Beta testing, final testing or end-to-end testing done by third party tester, or we can consider third party customer. The meaning of that statement, most of the time it can cross check your mobiles. If you cross check your mobiles, sometimes you may get a message saying that beta version available, because for the mobile we are the users, we are using that mobile. You will just take care about using that any of that particular customer, any of the customer not reported any of the bug, any of the customer not reported the bug, then it will go with live environment. I mean, who exactly need to use that application? Who exactly need to use that application? That particular people will take care about in doing beta testing. Because of that, we mentioned that beta testing done by third party tester, or we can say that third party customer. Since simple, we got two things here. One will be taking with alpha testing and one will be taking beta testing. Meaning of alpha testing, final testing or end-to-end testing done by testing team. Then we got beta testing. Meaning of beta testing, final testing or end-to-end testing done by third party tester or third party customer. That third party tester or third party customer taking care about beta testing. Once alpha testing, beta testing, both are successful. Once alpha testing totally completed, beta testing totally completed. Alpha testing is totally completed. Beta testing is totally completed. Once both the testings has been totally completed, then you will take care about in doing combination of both. I mean, alpha testing done by testing team, beta testing done by third party tester or third party customer. So both the teams will work together. Both the teams will work together. I mean, combination of alpha testing and beta testing. Combination of alpha testing and beta testing, considering that UAT testing. What is it? UAT testing, mentioning that user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing. Combination of alpha testing and beta testing. Combination of alpha testing and beta testing. Consider that UAT testing. Consider that UAT testing, mentioning that user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing. We used to be mentioning that UAT, full form of UAT, user acceptance testing, full form of UAT, user acceptance testing. So first alpha testing to be successful, then beta testing to be successful, and after that you will take care about combine of both the things, combination of alpha testing and beta testing. Consider us UAT testing. Meaning of UAT? User acceptance testing. Okay. Similar to this, we need to take care about. Similar to this, we need to take care about two more things. What are the two things here? Functionality testing and usability testing. So I got two things here. One will be taking with functionality testing and one will be taking with usability testing. Let's look into that. Right. So the meaning of functionality testing, we can say that testing each and every particular functionality. See the name. In the name itself, we can understand. What is the name we got? Functionality testing. Taking care about, or in simple, testing each and every particular functionality. Like taking with text box, checkbox, drop down, label, button, everything. You have to take care about. You need to take care about to test. You need to take care about to test each and every particular functionality that will be taking with functionality testing. In the same way, you got usability testing. What is it? usability testing, considering the user friendliness. What is it? User friendliness. I mean, how easy to use the application, how easy to use that application, that will be taking with usability testing. The best example, you guys has been very well knowing about Windows operating system and Linux operating system. I mean Linux. When you compare Windows and Linux, which is more comfortable? Which is more comfortable? Windows. It will have its own advantages and drawbacks. But when you compare, Windows will be more user friendly to use. I mean, easy to use. So how easy to use? That is what we will be taking with usability testing. The one we will be taking with functionality testing, and another one we will be taking with usability testing. Functionality testing, functionality testing, taking care about in testing each and every particular functionality. Functionality testing, taking care about in testing each and every particular functionality. In the same way, usability testing, saying that how user friendly it is, that will be taking with usability testing. So I mean, just you got different type of terminologies, but any kind of testing, your concept is same. You're taking with expected result, and you will be taking actual result, need to be get compared with both the things here. Just need to be get comfortable, just need to be get comfortable in understanding what are all the terminologies are there. As part of testing, you need to be get understand what are all the respective terminologies. So the one I will be taking with functionality testing, and another one I will be taking with usability testing. Okay. In the same way, we got, in the same way, we got, what is it? What is it? Compatibility testing. The one I will be taking with compatibility testing. The best example, let's go with Gmail. If I'm taking Gmail application, is that always it will open only in Firefox browser? The Gmail, is it everyone will open in Firefox browser? No. Some persons Firefox, some other people taking the Chrome, some other Edge browser. It depends on it. According to the people comfortable, they will take care about. According to the people comfortable, they will be taking care about. They will be taking care about and utilizing the required option here. That means that Gmail not like restricted to work only for one particular browser. It has to be compatibility. It has to be compatible with multiple browsers. Not only browsers. It can be browsers, operating system, or versions. It can be browsers, it can be operating system, or it can be versions here. It's need to be compatible. It's need to be compatible with all the options here. It has to be compatible with all the options here. So whenever you are taking with compatibility testing, whenever you're taking with compatibility testing, it has to be compatible with multiple browsers, multiple operating system, or multiple versions. That information also you will get in requirement document. In the real time, the client has to take care about. In the real time, the client has to take care about in saying that in what are all the browsers or what are all the operating system, what are all that versions. That information also need to be get provided in the requirement document. That information also need to be get provided in the requirement document. Because of that you have to take care about doing the testing. What is the testing? Compatibility testing, taking care about multiple browsers, multiple operating system, and multiple versions here. Okay. Similar to that, it will be taking with database testing. It will be taking with database testing. In a very simple, the meaning of database testing. In a very simple, the meaning of database testing. Data saved in proper table or not. The main objective and the main purpose of database testing. The main objective and the main purpose of database testing. We can say that data has been saved in proper table or not. Data has been saved in proper table or not. That is what it will be taking with. Database testing. So if I'm taking that particular database testing, in simple, we can say that data saved in proper table or not. So how to do that? How we can connect to the table? That you will understand. That is also I'll be discussing it. So as part of our training program, we'll take care about database testing also. For now, just look into the understanding in detail. In further sessions, you will understand how you can take care about in doing the database testing. We can say that, we can mention that doing this database testing, confirming data saved in proper table or not. So that is what you consider database testing. Okay. Similar to that, it will be taking with interface testing. What is it? Interface testing. Just any testing. The concept is same. Whatever the testing you want to perform, that concept is same. You have to take care about expected result. That expected result need to compare with actual result. But just got different type of terminologies. just got take care about different type of terminologies. In that, it will be taking with interface testing. I will take care about, I will take care about interface testing. That interface testing, we need to be get mention three options. What are the options we got? Application, web server, database server. One is application, another one web server, another one database server. Let's go with the best example of Gmail. If I take the Gmail, did you install any Gmail application in your laptop? Or let's go with our Adaptin application. Did you install any Adaptin application in the laptop? No. Then how you are accessing the Adaptin application? How you are accessing the Adaptin application? You guys has been just entering only URL. Any application you install? No, you just install URL. Sorry, you just entering URL in the browser. That URL, it is communicating to that server. That server communicating to database. So one is application, another one server, I mean web server, another one database server. Three things I got. One is application, another one web server, another one database server. So three things we got. Three things we got it. Okay. In that, if we just enter the URL, application need to be visible. Once application is visible, once that application is visible, that application need to communicate with that web server. That server need to communicate with database. So the communication between application, web server, database server. The communication between application, web server, database server working correctly or not. That is what we'll be taking with interface testing. So the meaning of interface testing, the meaning of interface testing, the communication between application, web server and database server. The communication between application, web server and database server, considering the interface testing. Considering that interface testing. So that is what we need to take care about. That is what we need to take care about in mentioning that, considering that, taking with the testing that will be taking with interface testing. So the communication between application, web server and taking with database server. Okay. Similar to this, the last we got two more things. The last we got two more things, considering the performance testing and security testing. Performance testing. In simple, we can say that page load time. What is it? Page load time. If I'm taking with performance testing, that particular performance testing, we can mention that page load time. How much time it was taking to load that page? How much time it was taking to load that particular page. If I'm taking that particular performance testing, we can mention that how much time it was taking to load that particular page, that will be taking with performance testing. In the same way, you got security testing. What is it? Security testing. That we can mention that how secure of the application. How secure of the application. That security testing, we can say that how secure of the application. I mean, in simple, let's go with our Adaptin application having the captcha functionality. Captcha, one of the security. And then once you register, you need to get an email. In that email, you need to click on the link. Then only your credentials will be activated. Once you click on the link, then only your credentials will be activated. One kind of security. So receiving the email, credentials need to activate it. One kind of security. And the password, if we enter invalid password for more than 3 times, that account should be logged. One kind of security. So all these things will come under security testing, mentioning that how secure of the application. How secure of the application. Performance testing, considering that page load time. Performance testing, considering the page load time. The security testing, how secure it is. Security testing, how secure it is, that will be taking with security testing. This is how a number of terminologies are there. As part of the testing, we are having a number of terminologies are there. Just you need to aware of that. What are the terminologies? It's not like mandatory that only one tester will take care about doing all the things here. Only one tester will never take care about doing all the things, but as part of real time, as part of the knowledge, and as part of interview, it's mandatory that you need to aware of that what are all different type of terminologies. Not only these things, lot of other terminologies are there, lot of other terminologies also there, so that you need to be get comfortable. Whenever you are getting the time, you need to just look into that what are all different type of terminologies. Conclusion, any type of testing you are taking care about, in doing comparison of expected result with actual result. Meaning of expected result based on requirement document. Meaning of actual result based on application. If both the results are same, pass. Both the results are not same, consider as a fail. In case of pass, I'll go with another test case. In case of fail, I'll go with bug reporting. Meaning of bug reporting, documenting the issue. So that is what exactly you will take care about. That is what exactly will take care about in doing the testing. Just they have to take care about in aware of that what are all that particular different type of testings need to be done. So this is what you need to be just take care about all the different terminologies. Along with that, the last option we need to take care about test closure. So write with the new heading, write with the new heading, mention that test closure. Write with the new heading, write with the new heading, mention that test closure and make a note of up to this highlighted one. Just take the new heading, write with the new heading, mention that test closure. Write with the new heading, all the online students. Write with the new heading, mention that test closure, and then make a note of this particular description up to this particular highlighted one. Up to this particular highlighted one. Just make a note of, just make a note of that particular description. Make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. All the online students also, all the online students also, please make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. All the online students also, write with the new heading, mention that when to stop testing, when to stop testing, and make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Okay. Right. After that, continue the same. After that, continue the same. Mention that when to stop testing. When to stop testing. Not require the description. Description is not required. Just make a note of these points. Take with the heading when to stop testing. Write with the heading. Write with the heading when to stop testing, and then mention that, make a note of that particular highlighted one. Just make a note of that particular highlighted one. When to stop testing, when to stop testing. Okay. So when to stop testing, the description is not required. The description is not required. Just make a note of these particular, just make a note of that particular points only. Description is not required. Make a note of that particular points only. These points. All the online students also. All the online students also. Just please make a note of that particular points. Just make a note of that points. The description is not required. The description is not required. Just make a note of that particular points up to that particular highlighted one. Make a note of up to that highlighted one. Okay. Online students, is it done? Right. So this is the one part we need to be get understand. I mean, what exactly mean by this particular test closure activity, and after that we need to be get understand that how we can take care about or how we can decide that when to stop testing. So that is what the last concept we need to be done. The very first concept we got like why testing required, and the last one mentioning that when to stop testing. So that points we need to be understand what is mean by that particular one. So that I'll be discussing it. So with that, we'll take care about in stopping or manual testing and take care about getting started with automation testing. So we need to be get comfortable manual and automation. Both are mandatory. So please continue your practice with manual. By the time of maybe for the next 2 or 3 days, we'll get automation assignments. By the time of we started with automation assignment, make sure that you're completing all activities related to the manual. So by that, we can start taking care about that particular automation testing. So these points I'll take tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll complete on this. And from tomorrow, we'll start with automation testing. So from tomorrow, I'll take care about getting started with automation.